Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of my podcast. My name is Lo-Fi, and I like to make movies and films and sketches, and sometimes I even make commercials. I don't know what kind of intro that was, but hi. How's it going? It's been a while. If you've noticed, I am in a different jacket today. I am giving this one a shot. It's by Lululemon. In fact, where's the zipper? No, there we go. Ha-ha. A little more casual, I guess. Yeah, this one's by Lululemon, and I bought it because it looked cool, but then I thought, man, this might also work for a costume, so I just got done shooting a ton of stuff. Essentially, just a comparison video between my regular jacket and this one, so we shall see. I kind of wanted to do, like, a costume test, very much in the style of, like, I guess, standard movies, except with the twist of maybe I can still make sketches out of it. And so, yeah, you'll see a lot of progress for that soon. The actual jacket will be kept secret for now. I don't have a lot of plans to reveal it quite yet, partially because I don't know if I'm going to be using it or not for the actual web series, because I kind of want to separate... Man, okay, I'm just diving into it, but long story short, I do want to separate the real me versus the characterized lo-fi for circuit breakers. And so I think one nifty way of doing that might be using two different jackets. This might be the behind-the-scenes jacket, or it'll be the character jacket. So we'll even see if it works. If it works, then I will consider it. And if it doesn't work, then hey, it's just a cool, nifty jacket that I can wear casually everywhere else. But... boy, am I tired. This is day 2 of a fairly chillax day for me. But for the past 2 weeks, including on weekends, I have just been busy. I got to work on a short film up in Port Townsend. That was really cool. More details on that later. I edited a commercial for work, and I edited another announcement video for a VFX challenge. Okay, the VFX challenge will be linked in the description down below, but the commercial I don't think has been revealed yet. And I'm still editing the short film, so I know that's not revealed yet, but yeah, keeping things busy. And then the previous weekend was also West Sound Film Festival, so it has just been an absolutely bonkers of a time keeping myself busy, and admittedly a little too busy. I have definitely been experiencing burnout, and it's not fun, so I'm really happy today I get to finally just play. Just go grab my camera and then go out somewhere and just go have some fun, you know? But what's been keeping me busy? I know I mentioned 3 projects already, but I really want to highlight the short film Glampire. It's really cool. So imagine, if you will, social media guru or like influencer goes to this vampire's home and is like, OMG, you can't just keep killing people. You know, what you could do instead is maybe get some followers. Hey, that's kind of a nifty idea. And then they'll just donate blood to you. And so there's kind of a fun little like thing at the end of the short film. And it's a solid 8 pages long. I'm predicting it's going to be about 9 to 10 minutes, including credits. Should be a lot of fun. I'm also editing it as well, but on set I DIT'd. What is DIT? It is Digital Image Technician. The overall basic form of this position is you wrangle all the footage. You download all the footage from the camera, and you copy it onto other platforms or other hard drives specifically. So you have copies everywhere. You have, like, say, a hard drive just to edit off of, and then you have maybe about three minimum other copies spread about elsewhere. And to manage that, I had used my MacBook, and I got a little adapter from a friend, and we essentially had, in fact, you can actually see one of the hard drives maybe behind me here. Yeah, this guy, right here. So that's kind of cool. I made the decision to get HDDs, partially because we can get, I think they're 8 terabytes big. Yeah, 8 terabytes per hard drive, and those are pretty, they're pretty good. We were also shooting on an ARRI Alexa LF, I believe, and those things take up a lot of data. Each time I dragged one card or one hard drive and copied it over onto the other hard drives, it would be about, I think the smallest I have collected was like 150 gigabytes. But long story short, the the editing drive that we got was a G-RAID, and I think it was about 6 terabytes, and we nearly maxed it out to 5 terabytes or 5.1 terabytes, and the rest of that was saved over to make proxies and again to edit off of. So whew, okay. But it was a lot of fun. I have DIT'd before, but this was like the first really big DIT session that I had really gone through, and it was cool. It's interesting because you're kind of on set, but not really. Like, you're kind of still tucked away somewhere else. In my case, I was tucked away in a completely different building to the set, partially because they had power over there, and it was kind of a little bit nicer over there. Whereas I think in most cases, I could be wrong on this, but I do believe that most DITs are very close to set, whether they're in their own trailer or something. And it's nice, but also kind of lonely, admittedly. Like, the nice part is you still get to have a little bit of engagement with the crew. You can still also, my voice is cracked. You can still have a little bit of engagement with the crew, but you're not like hardcore connected to them because you're in a completely different spot. But on the other side, you don't have to work as hard physically anyways. But you do have to be very mentally aware of what you're doing and how things are being copied over. Like, specifically, it's not just a copy and paste from the camera drive onto an external hard drive. This is me specifically using the program Shotput Pro, or you can use other copying resources, and it double checks everything. Literally, as soon as it's done copying the footage over onto another hard drive, it also looks through everything that it just collected and verifies that it's been copied over correctly. And so you get the best and most accurate copy over from the camera onto these different hard drives. And we have technically a total of 5 copies somewhere. One is with the DP, my beloved friend Micah Fusco. One is with the director, and the other 3 are still with me. I technically should be throwing one somewhere else, like, I don't know, maybe I can give it to the Port Townsend Film Festival peeps, or to my family or something, or to a friend. That way, just in case something happens. One drive gets corrupted, I still have another one here. But what if my entire place, I don't know, gets thrown into a tornado or something? Well, luckily, there's a hard drive somewhere else, and maybe I have my laptop with me and I can start editing off of my laptop. But yeah, DITing was honestly a lot of fun. But definitely learned a lot of stuff too. Hello. As I usually do, I wrote a couple of notes down. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Hey, shout out to my friend Angel, because I had asked him, hey, I'm DITing, would love to compare and contrast what we do for our setups. And he had a slightly different setup, but it sounds like I was like 80% there. The only downside was I did not have SSDs. So what I could have done was get 2 or 3 SSDs and then 1 or 2 HDDs. That way, the SSDs will copy over so much faster. And then from the SSD, copy that over onto the HDDs, and that's just purely archival. Whereas the SSD could then be edited off of later. But those are also like 2 to 3 times as expensive compared to the usual HDDs. So hey, if you're a production, maybe that could be something to look into when getting storage and stuff. So to each their own. Definitely learning that more and more. But it definitely also made me realize my take on filmmaking. I have a lot of friends that are really into traditional filmmaking, Hollywood filmmaking. And even for me, I like elements of Hollywood filmmaking, but I also like elements of YouTube. And those two worlds really don't like going together. Which is so interesting because, again, like for me, I really enjoy, I think I enjoy skeleton crews. I like being small enough everyone has to wear multiple hats. Maybe the actor and a couple of the crew members are also doubling as PAs, or say I can just be my own DP and direct to a degree. Maybe not actually. Actually, I'd probably prefer somebody else to DP. Granted, I'll also be very specific with my DP work, so I don't know. DP, for example, is director of photography, aka cinematography. It is not the other DP. Don't look that up unless it's after dark. um, but yeah, it was interesting because like here's this giant crew, and maybe this is just the skill level that I'm at personally, but I feel like I just want to make something for the sake of. Or like there's so many other short films that I've seen and they just make it as officially like professional as possible. And that's really cool. I just feel like that's not quite for me. Like I just want to have fun with some of my friends. We're all gonna set up the camera, set up the okay, maybe not all of us, but you know, like we're gonna set up like rigging for some camera shots, some lighting, and then we're gonna get into costume, and then we're just gonna shoot it and just have some fun. I guess it's more so like an old school Freddie WA, maybe kind of like Corridor. I don't necessarily need Video Village, but I understand the intention of in the honestly the good sides of having Video Village up, for example. Um, but I don't know. To each their own, I suppose. Um, or maybe my sets just have multiple PAs and we all just help each other out. I don't know. But it was interesting because I definitely felt an element of imposter syndrome because of my lack of interest in the filmmaking culture, the kind of nature where I'm really in tune with celebrities, or at least the news of celebrities and filmmakers. I'm also really in tune with what kind of gear is being released and whatnot. And there's elements of that stuff that I like, but man, do I not feel like an expert in that field. And so I don't know. It's just interesting. It makes me kind of feel good whenever a filmmaker that I know or have worked with hasn't seen something. I don't know. It's. I feel like it becomes more so a business than the art, but I also had told myself before this is the one art form that I don't mind turning more into a business for the sake of work. So we'll see. We'll see. But still, regardless of all of that, I am still driving myself to make circuit breakers, even though that's been put on hold for quite a while now. Jeez, it's August 6th. Goodness gracious. August 6th, 2024. This whole year has blown past me, and it's been interesting. I was supposed to be shooting, at least maybe starting to shoot circuit breakers as of right now. Originally planned. I guess now we're transitioning. No, actually, hold on. Anything else for Glampire? Glampire's the title in case I didn't mention that before. The entire crew was really cool. Like, everybody there was just so cool and friendly. Half of them were from my old college back in Bremerton, and the other half, I think, were just kind of like pocketed or not pocketed, but they were chosen or picked selectively, and it was really cool. I got to meet some of Micah's friends from Los Angeles, a gaffer and an AC, so that was really cool. Yes, I know, you got the S pen. And I got to meet with, oh, I'm sorry, I got to work with Aaron and Amy, who were the producer and directors, and it's just really freaking cool to meet others. Also, apparently there's a ton of creatives around where I used to live. I used to live in this small town, before LA anyways, I used to live in this small town called Port Orchard, and I thought, oh, this is really fun, it's very nostalgic, it's got a special place in my, like, CPU, but, like, what the heck? I moved away thinking, oh, there's no creatives around here, I am the only one, and then suddenly there's, like, 3 or 4 people that are, like, there. What? I know Ian Hubert lives in that area, but then, like, Scott? No, his name's not Scott. I don't remember his name, now I feel bad, but he was in production design, I think, and somewhat visual effects, but more so in the practical kind, like practical visual effects as opposed to like digital visual effects. So like that's really cool, that's sweet. So yeah, it was also really inspiring too, because seeing so many people continue to be creative in this narrative form was there's a certain energy being on set that you don't. Thank you. There's a certain energy being on set that you don't get just being at your desk over here. So The quote that keeps ringing in my head was from Freddie Wong. I think it was from Freddie Wong. It was either him or it was Corridor Digital, but one of them had mentioned we didn't become filmmakers so we can just get stuck in the editing room. We wanted to go out and make movies, and even during the midst of COVID, that's what we did. We made sure we were safe, but we just did it. And so, uh, I think I do want to say that was Freddie Wong. I believe from an interview from We're All Gonna Die, his very first feature, which, hey, congratulations, Freddie. Big fan. Still haven't seen it, but when, I don't know, if there's a showing around Seattle, or as soon as I can buy it, then I am super watching it. But, Circuit Breakers, yeah. Tried to shoot it in August, but as of April, things just got super busy. I've also been kind of somewhat lacking funds as of late. I don't have the best money managing skills. However, there's a few things coming up, which is going to be exciting to reveal also later. um, but first, yeah, Circuit Breakers is currently still being developed. I'm still having fun world building when I do have that little bit of free time, or if there's any idea that just sparks out of nowhere, write it down, put it on my Milanote, and then bam, we're good to go, move on. But yeah, still in the process of world building. I have also developed a couple of fake commercials as well. One is for, did I mention this in the last one? I don't remember if I did. I don't think I did. Just in case I didn't, there are three commercials, and the first one is a brewery that's releasing a brand new product, a brand new coffee flavor in the design of stars. And the trick, or not the trick, the idea is I'm going to create a commercial that's going to look super cool and professional. It'll look real. So it kind of serves multiple purposes. I can use it for like demo reel material, but then it also fits in universe with lo-fi me and the whole Circuit Breakers world, and just keep it fun too. So that's the first one. It's a new coffee flavor from Lux's cafe, except, oh man, oh, that's right, the twist is it's going to be kind of formulated, the commercial anyways is going to be in the formula of like kind of like a bar and grill or a bar type commercial. So I'm very intrigued with how that's going to work out. I'll be using a lot of tips from like TikTok and stuff, so that'll be a lot of fun. I haven't looked at this board in a long time, but I'm very impressed that I still remember a lot of that stuff. The other one, the second one, is a really tiny camera. Think like the Insta360 Go or something, but it's in the style of like somewhat a cheesy kid's cereal box, or even just a standard cereal box. So this one will probably be the most experimental, but I'm looking forward to that one. It's like the Photon Finder 5000 or something. I think that's the title. But yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. And then the third one is a beauty commercial for lube. So it's the whole product is going to be looking really nice and snazzy, but it's literally just like WD-40 or something, or this universe's version of WD-40, because I've been playing around with the idea of, in this world, lube for robots is multi-purposed. It could be great for, like, lubricating your joints and whatnot. It could also be used for other nefarious purposes, because why not? But now I have a story attached to all these as well, so I have, like, say, I'm gonna hop on, I don't know, maybe the train or some form of a location, and I'm scrolling through my phone, and I see there's multiple different, oh darn it, I see there's multiple different commercials, so you see like little, as if I'm changing the channel, but it's on my phone. And so we get brief glimpses of everything else before landing on that one commercial, and then there's going to be a punchline at the end of the commercial that transitions us back to me, and then there's maybe one more punchline after that. The serial camera, I believe D3 is watching that one. He's gonna be outside just watching TVs out on like in public or something. And then he's gonna like conjure up that item, which I think is gonna be pretty sweet. And then the third one, Astro is gonna be watching this beauty commercial, partially because he's lonely and there's beautiful people like Lux that are involved, so why not? Those are going to be their own completely big projects. They're already planned out, actually. Like I had a blast going through references, getting materials, and now having a shot list for them. I just need to get a storyboard, but if I don't, then I still have a shot list, so we're good to go on that front. Now I just have to make it at some point. But before I do that, sharegrid, that's right, yeah. So in the midst of all of my chaos in life, I've been thinking about developing a sharegrid account, which for those who don't know, sharegrid is where you can go rent your film gear, or you can at least make it available for renting. So for example, I have like my aperture lights, my Amaran lights, I got a fog machine, I got my camera here, I got a couple of lenses, backdrops, etc., etc. Well, while I'm editing forever, what could I be doing with my gear? Not much. I guess I could rent it out to people and charge them for it, just a little bit. So, that would be pretty sweet. I do have to thank both Brandon Lee and Micah Fusco for the idea because way back in the day they introduced ShareGrid to me to rent from, but now that I have accumulated consume, no, actually, I don't know. I've collected enough gear that I feel like I can now actually like post my stuff. And the nice thing is they are insured too, or at least ShareGrid offers insurance for the gear, and I've heard really good stories. Even though there's a few bad stories of like the customers themselves, ShareGrid's really good at insuring your gear, so that's nice and supportive. It'd be good for nice passive income, and the more passive income I can make, the more I can really just focus on circuit breakers and making more fun robot videos. Because that's been the biggest hurdle this year. Since like, gosh, I feel like since April I know is for sure like the start of this giant chaos, because I had a much better work-life balance. I don't know. March? I think January and March I had a pretty good balance there. February was a little bit busy, but then just after that, I've just been on and on and on. Things are constantly happening in life. Not bad things. Sometimes bad things, and sometimes good things. But I think it's finally normalizing now. I just need to find ways of making more money so I don't necessarily have to work as much, and I could start making more of these passionate, driven short films and sketches. So that's what Circuit Breakers thematically is also about. Pursuing your passion. But we got more topics. Golly, it's been 20 minutes already. Okay, yep, got it. Woo! I got a new phone. It's the S24 Ultra. Do I need it? No, but that's okay. Boom. Yeah, okay. My other note was, work sucks! Keeping way too busy and I have no money, which is true. Well, I have a lot done. Just waiting on funds. I've collected. Yeah, I definitely wrote that when I was upset. Long story short, just it takes a while for businesses to pay, and sometimes when it's kind of a dead season, there's even less pay with that. So I don't know, just things keep piling up, and I would love to be making a certain amount of money to then keep funding both my lifestyle and then future projects, but that's what DITing is for. Oh, and also zines. I'm thinking about starting up a zine collection, so here, check it out. Hello, prop. I also thought, oh geez, oh no, stop it. No, stop it. There we go. I've been collecting some zines as of late, some fun ones, and I also think it'd be kind of fun to use zines as another form of artistic expression. So this is done by Those Girls Print, or Those Girls something. Here you go. You can zoom in that if you can see it, but this is literally just like a Winco, like a bunch of photos at Winco, except there are monsters, oh geez, drawn over them, and I think it's really clever and really charming. It's cool. Maybe there's even a slight story attached to it. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was really neat. It gave me the idea to draw over a lot of these behind the scenes photos for Glampire. So I think, Robots on a Film Set is the title that I'm working with so far. I'm just gonna upload it at some point and just have fun. Which, to do that, I also need to make an Etsy account, but more on that in a second. I also found, literally just this past weekend, Instant Ghosts, which is a zine all about someone's Polaroids and their cool, like, findings through these Polaroids and how sometimes some of these shapes almost look like ghosts and stuff. And as someone who likes to take a ton of photos of nifty architecture or honestly other behind the scenes stuff, I don't know. I think that'd be really cool. There's a lot of stuff that I could do with like photography zines, maybe even story zines as well. If there's like a concept that I'm kind of wrangling with in my head for a story. What's a clean one that I can reveal? Maybe I'm coming up with D3's name. I know I have an actual name for him, but I'm not quite sold on the idea yet. But for now, if there's any sketches, maybe if it's like a 15-second sketch idea, it's not quite working out in video, well, maybe I can figure that out in the form of a zine. I think the third zine is also going to be concept art. So a lot of these zines, I think, could be printed in a book like this, just use standard printer paper and print it out, or use specialized paper, but it's still, in some form, some way, like, pretty like professional, I guess, without going through like an official publishing company. But I think that'd be a lot of fun. So 3 ideas so far: robots on a film set, robot concept art for circuit breakers, and architecture. And then maybe any other behind the scenes stuff, because I know that's an idea that I've had since last year as well, is making more behind the scenes zines. Behind the scenes zines. That's interesting phrasing. And, okay, so yeah, I was gonna sell them physically on Etsy, or people can just download them. I think the download would be like $2, and the physical copies would be like, I don't know, 10? Did I say 5? Yeah, 2 to 5 for digital. Maybe even 1, depending on what it is. And then like 8 to 10 or 15 for a physical thing where I have to like ship it out to them. Maybe. We'll see. The other idea I've had is stickers. These are the Hell of a Boss stickers. Wow, I don't think you can see that very well. Something like that. But yeah, some form of robot stickers I think would be a lot of fun. This is just my little collection here. Oh my god, I forgot I made these! Oh, that's cute. How many of you guys would be interested in these kinds of stickers here? This one's done by Mr. Hadron, or Dr. Hadron, I think. But yeah, I also thought maybe some robot stickers would be a lot of fun. I know for me, whenever I go to like festivals and such, if I see a robot sticker, in fact, there's one, I posted about it on Instagram, I think on Twitter as well, but there was like a robot who was just really enticed by, Vietnamese coffee. Or no, I'm sorry, it was a robot that has like a cord attached and it's just consuming coffee, and there's like 3 different levels of coffee. One's like, I don't know, a latte is level 1, going black is number 2, and then Vietnamese coffee is number 3, and it's like coffee addict is the text, the big font under it. Oh, these are adorable. And then there's more stickers, also from Hell of a Boss. But something like that I think would be a lot of fun. Something to post on Etsy. Still workshopping the idea for the Etsy shop. A couple of titles I've thought about are, let's see, Lo-Fi's collections, which would definitely be my collections. Another was just simply MozaicStudios, which is the company that I have. A little bit less married to that one. Cassette Dreams, I think, was the third idea. And I think I like the vibe of that one. It seems very vague enough, but also kind of hinting towards something as well. Like, oh, okay. What is on a cassette, maybe? Lo-Fi's collection would be pretty good. Just not really sure if I like the idea of it being tied to me specifically, especially if I can have like a little description saying, "Hi, I'm Lo-Fi, thanks for visiting my shop." Oh, the other idea that I thought about too was selling Polaroids. So I do have a I have a Polaroid printer in all forms. I have the small one, the wallet size one, I have the like standard Polaroid, and then I have like the super wide ones as well. So I could also provide that to anyone who wants a Polaroid. So I got a couple of ideas for passive income. I just need the time to actually go and do it. So I'm very much hoping that tomorrow I can actually do that. Whew, wish me luck. I think that was it. I think that was everything I had. Oh, yes. And most importantly, Well, okay, actually, probably not most importantly. We'll see. We'll see. Where did my pen go? There it is. Um, I am being interrupted by my phone again. I would love to hire an editor, but I have no money. So, if you or you know someone who might be interested in just practicing editing, or wants to just dive into editing, I cannot promise funds right now, but having some help in post production would help me out tremendously. The only thing I really need my editor to do is just get everything in order and synced up, and then maybe with some form of an assembly cut. For example, even this right here, this podcast, this would probably be the easiest one because it's just sync up two clips, the audio and the visual. But then the only thing I would add is like cut the front and the back, or like the couple of seconds where I'm just messing around in the intro, and then at the very end too, where like I walk over and hit the camera button to stop recording. That's pretty much it. In other cases, say for sketches, I would need audio synced up, so that's always going to be the case. And then to edit a small little sequence together. So beginning, middle, and end, your usual story. You don't even need to do anything super fancy, but yeah, I think that would help me out a ton. It would at least streamline the editing process for me. It would offer me the chance to just dive into these projects with it already pre-made, and then I can just go through and polish it up myself, which honestly takes up that's like the more fun part of editing. So I guess I need someone to do the boring part. I shouldn't call it the boring part, it's all editing, but that would really help encourage me to get a lot of these projects done, and a lot of future projects done too. So we'll see what happens. But if you know someone, or if you yourself are interested, then perhaps hit me up. I have like maybe 2 people that might be interested. I'll be asking them soon, and if I do have an editor, then it would help. Again, it would help me speed things up tremendously. And so that means even if I'm busy, I will have videos prepped, ready to go, ready to be seen, and it would just be a lot of fun. I would obviously have to find a way. Can you stop doing that? I would obviously have to find a way to like share the footage, but that's also part of the business expense too, so it's not too bad. Speaking of business expenses, I guess this is my last thing here. I'm going to be building out a server soon because, can you see that? Yeah, you can see my computer right here. Yeah, it has 5 different drives on it. There's my main OS drive, which is somehow full. Don't even know how. There is my games, which is probably the smallest one. A project cache, or cache, drive. There's 2 just for storage, so that's all 5. And the 2 that are just for storage are just for projects. They're for anything for work, anything for personal stuff, anything for literally everything. It just gets stored there, and I have everything organized by the year and then by the project. Everything's numbered, but it's getting way out of hand because now I got like Aperture and Punisher projects in 2 different drives. I got my own stuff on a different drive. I'm having to offload a lot of stuff onto external drives that are just primarily for archival reasons. I have discovered that I am using 74 terabytes of data amongst all of my drives, both internally and externally. Internally, I think I'm using like 36, and then externally 42 or something like that. Maybe I have them reversed. They were almost equal though. But there's a part of me that would feel like, oh man, if I had a server, say 110 terabyte server through Synology, you know where this is going. Boy, things would be so much easier. Also found out that cost about $8.3 thousand, so, or $8,300. Goodness gracious. We'll see when I can get to that. I do have, a couple of terabytes spread about here and there that I have free, but I feel like this server needs to be built before I start shooting circuit breakers, because once we get started in circuit breakers, it's over. I'm going to be collecting so much freaking footage. It's not even going to be funny. Like, I thought we got a lot of footage for March of Robots last year. Nuh-uh. I mean, that was like I think under a terabyte's worth of footage, but that was also a 5-ish minute video total. This web series is bound to be, I think, like, I'm aiming for 15 minutes. Golly. And there's going to be more people, and it's also going to be a web series, so it could even turn into like 20 minutes. Who knows what's going to happen? And, what kind of pre-made stuff is going to be happening too. Which also, going all the way back to the fake products, I've been collecting. That's what this box is for. I've been collecting stuff. Recyclables, bottles that I actually drank from, and I took the label off of it. I'm going to be designing it myself. Part of the world building experience. I got plenty of sticker paper to just wrap around it, and I've been recycling / reusing a lot of the latte cups that I have, the plastic ones. I do have a big bag of the paper cups. Easy peasy. Just put a little stencil of Lux's cafe logo on it. Bam, good to go. But for whatever reason, I can't seem to find, in person anyways, plastic latte cups. So I got sweet. So I have 5 of them now. And now I have, and they're all blank, and they're not from Starbucks. So cool. Print out stickers of Lux's Cafe's logo. Bam, good to go. In-universe stuff. I'm really excited about that. Because I think one of the biggest things that I've realized about myself as an artist is I really enjoy world building for the sake of kind of creating a playbox or a sandpit, or no wait, sandbox? Yeah, I guess it's called a sandbox. Or in the quote of my friend Micah, it creates a box to think outside of. It creates restrictions and rules for this universe, and ideally I should probably refrain from breaking these rules, but at least it gives me something to limit my creativity outside, obviously my own actual skill set. So yeah. Oh, and then also, the VFX challenge. That's happening soon, and it's with Clint. I am gonna try using my 3D avatar model for this challenge. It's got some cool action bits to it, like there's a cool jump stunt. There's 4 other different poses and animations as well. But yeah, I wanted to participate in Clint's last challenge as well, because 3D is one of those skill sets that I really want to dive into. And obviously, if I haven't had enough time for circuit breakers, I have not had enough time to learn 3D. But I feel like this is the perfect opportunity. There's a set goal. This has to be done by September 1st at midnight or right before midnight. And there's also a template that I can just modify. So I think this will be really fun. I'm going to try using probably the Unreal Engine. That program. Might even dive into Blender a little bit. I've been experimenting, at least 2 or 3 months ago, I was experimenting with some model stuff. Less sculpting and more so just modifying pre-existing VR chat avatars, but for the most part, it was still a lot of fun. And if I can do that, then maybe I could try diving into some 3D animations, because I think that would work for a lot of different characters. In fact, some of these characters for circuit breakers, I feel need to be CGI. Or there's even a point in which I would love to have a shot where it's my robotic hand. It's not gloved though. It's an actual, think of Terminator 2 Judgment Day, where Arnold has his skin peeled off and you could see the metal under that skin, and it's all gross and kind of cool. But then think the reverse. We're oh, okay, maybe, I don't know, I wake up and you see bits of me is still robotic, but then I start putting on the glove and clothing, and then now I look like a normal human. I think that would help contextualize what kind of robots are in my universe. So stuff like that. I've been thinking a lot about just universe building and creating a lot of just fun to be had with this universe, and I think I'm slowly diving into the stories too. So wish me luck. And I will keep you guys posted as well, whether it's on Patreon or on my website or through these podcasts as well. So, whew, I think this is a longer one. This is one of the longest podcasts I've had. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are, whatever stage you're at in life. Keep pursuing your own creativity. Keep pursuing your own artistic expression, because we all deserve to be heard and to be seen. And with that, I wish you all a good morning, a good evening, and good night. I totally took that from the Truman Show. I think that's it. Oh, hey, Mass Effect is playing off of my computer. That's funny. um, hmm. Yeah, I straight up think that's all I got. Like, I know I had extra. I'm just making sure I have everything good to go. So let's see. Let's see. What do we got here? Yes, I know about the S Pen. Thank you. Air command? Sure, I guess. Editor, zines, work. What have I done in post so far? I guess for that, I'm editing. For Glampire, anyways, I'm editing and doing some visual effects, digital visual effects. And with this edit, I'm wanting to nail down the perfect pacing and getting it picture locked. Somebody else is coloring. I did add a ton of sound designed effects or sound effects, but somebody else is actually doing these sound designs, so that'll be exciting. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's it. Stay tuned for Alien Romulus. I'm going to be seeing that soon. Also, Deadpool 3 is out with Wolverine. If you like men, boy, you'll like this movie. It is... Oh, yeah. Wait, what the fuck kind of thing is that? It is... great. A lot of eye candy. Can't recommend it enough. Also, let me know down below. What do you think about this jacket? I haven't looked at the footage yet, so I don't know myself if I like it or not, but I think it's kind of neat. It's kind of fun. It's also been really hot out as of late. It is summertime in Seattle, so I got my booty shorts on, and we're just having a good time. I usually don't wear this either. I have like a little, like, Hawaiian shawl or like a sleeveless robe. In fact, nah, I'll take those pictures another time. But thanks again for watching, everybody. Take care, stay artsy, see you next time. Who's been horny lately?